Okay then, so we're going to do a little mock test. Basically just going to focus on independent driving and focus on roundabouts, yeah? And obviously some roundabouts are a little bit more challenging going down the Great Western Way. Okay, so we're going to start off by following the traffic signs for motorway M4 until I direct you otherwise, okay?
Okay.
So what I'd like to do, please, is start the vehicle. Lovely. You're going to move off when safe to do so. Obviously there's no traffic signs here, so when we come to the end of the road we're going to go right and then follow the signs for motorway M4 afterwards, okay?
Yeah.
Clear on what we're doing?
Yeah.
Alright, lovely. So like I say, move off when safe to do so. that lane because there's a vehicle behind us. You need to keep car more to the left. Yeah, you can't cross the lines. Yeah, it's going to cause a collision. Speed please, because this is only a 40 mph at this stage. Safe to do so, I would like you to pick up the right hand lane. Thank you. And the next roundabout, we're going to turn right, follow the signs please, for Windmill Hill Business Parks, okay? So this is the end of your independent drive-in, so we'll direct you as normal now. So just to recap, the roundabout, we're going to turn right, third exit, Windmill Hill Business Park. Obviously going to follow the road ahead, and then the next roundabout going to follow the road ahead, follow the signs to Grange Park. I like to follow the road ahead, second exit. To you on this particular roundabout, I keep the car slightly to the right to begin with, then naturally go into the middle lane behind that white vehicle. Okay. The road markings are very poor, so you want to be a bit more to your left, mate, in the middle lane to follow the road ahead.
in daytime it's so difficult to identify they have given a signal or not. In that
because of the sun. Yeah, not a bit funny though. You could see that van indicator, to be honest. And obviously you did see it because you stopped. Maybe a tiny bit late, but not worth falling out over. Okay, roundabout, going to follow the road ahead. Second exit, follow the signs, town centre. Where the hedge is, with a bit of white blossom on, just before the MTD sign. So just go a bit further up, just before that blue and white sign there that says MTD. Okay, that'll do. Really stop. Thank you. Alright, and then rest your feet. Car should switch off. Okay, yeah, turn it off. Alright then, so where's the areas of concern? What do we need to, well, what do you need to improve upon? What do you think I'm going to say to you?
The first thing in roundabout where I stall.
Right, so what did you stall at that roundabout? I don't mean that condescending, because I'm not condescending, because I know some...
I thought I was in dilemma whether I'll able to take it, but I released that biting point so early.
It wasn't to do with the biting point. What gear were you in?
2.
Yeah. All right, you release the clutch too fast anyway. The likelihood is you probably would have stalled even if it was in first, in all honesty. It's such an aggressive stall because you literally just come straight off the clutch and you're in second. So like the car made like a bang, as if almost if someone had actually hit us, as if gone in the back of us. Obviously that hasn't happened. So just be careful of that. Basically when you come to that roundabout, yeah, you come up, you're like, oh, what's going on? Slowed right down. Oh, actually I can go. But the trouble is you stopped at that point and you stopped in second, which is not an issue, but obviously just needed to put it in gear 1. All right, so we stalled. And because we're on a little bit of a hill, as you stalled, okay, we're rolling out in the roundabout a little bit. Now for safety reasons, I've just tapped the brake. Yeah, not whacked the brake. It hasn't been like, you know, but obviously I can't let you roll out into the roundabout. So obviously, unfortunately, if you do stall, it's really important that you secure the vehicle. Don't put yourself or anyone else at risk. So last thing you would do is end up rolling out into the junction, yeah? Okay? All right, what else? What happened after that?
In that roundabout, I should have kept left.
Right, so the roundabout, the Meads roundabout, we turn right, yeah, which is before the Mannington. So the Mannington maybe is where you're on about keeping left. So the Meads roundabout, you're turning right. So you checked your mirrors, lovely, indicated right, lovely, stayed to the right, and then you start to drift a little bit over to the left. So you're just going over lines. You want to watch the video back, and I'll show you in a sec as well. All right, so you're just drifting a little bit over the line. You think, oh, okay. Then you've gone into the middle lane. Happy days, that's where you got to go. So you're from the 3rd lane on approach to the roundabout. Then you go into the 2nd lane, which you're on the roundabout. Yeah, because you got 2 arrows of point right, you in the left, right arrow, which was correct. And as you go around that roundabout, once you go past the 2nd exit, you should keep to the left lane. And what you've done is you've drifted across to the middle lane. So you've actually cut lanes. Okay, and then you've gone off, when you've gone down the Great Western Way, you've gone off into the fast lane. And then you brought the car, checked your mirrors and come back over to the left lane. That would be a serious fault for lane discipline. Now, obviously that's far from ideal. Now I let you do it because there was literally no one behind us, okay? So there was no element of risk to you or anybody else. And your driver examiner, he or she would undoubtedly do the same. Because obviously when I take the wheel, like I did at Mannington, now that's unsettled you because obviously now you've known you've made a mistake. We had a Scirocco behind us. I could not let you go. When you're following the road ahead at the 2nd exit for the Mannington on the independent drive, okay, basically because the far left lane goes left only, once you go past the 1st exit, you become a left lane. And basically you're not using the road markings to guide you. So you're like fundamentally straight line in the roundabout. Yeah, so you're just not steering. So you're not following your road markings round. Okay, so you would go into someone else's lane. All right, so for safety reasons, I've obviously, you know, I've took the wheel. I don't want to say grabbed the wheel and saved our life because again, that'd be exaggerating. Okay, so this has undoubtedly unsettled you slightly. Then you've got to be careful now because you missed the signs for 40 miles an hour. You're on a dual carriageway. Okay, and then I've told you to slow down. So I've verbally now told you to watch your speed, yeah? Admittedly, loads of people speed down that road, but that doesn't make it right. So obviously just be careful. You cannot exceed the speed limit. All right, so just be careful with that. Right, anyway, just a bit concerned that Brunel was going to end up blocking the road by parking dead opposite us. Anyway, so be careful with that. Then we come up to the Blade Grove roundabout. Okay, so I let you watch the video before we've done this mock test. Okay, so basically you're turning right, so I asked you to pick up the right hand lane, which was great. Okay, so you've done that safely, kept the car to the right, nice speed, good lane discipline. But again, as soon as you go past the 2nd exit, it'd have been way better to stay over to the left lane. You've stayed to the right, and then what you've done is then you've checked your mirrors, which is your saving grace, and then you've cut across like a lane. Fundamentally, it'd have been better, and I'll show you in the video, to literally go round the roundabout. As soon as you go past the 2nd exit, keep to the left, happy days, and that way then you're not crossing any lines. Because if someone coming up on the inside of you, then obviously that's going to make your life a lot more difficult. So fundamentally you have actually gone into the wrong lane, but you have checked and then come across. Went into the fast lane because of the protected lane, so that's great, and then moved across to the left lane.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, so after that, not too bad, to be fair. Nothing that really sort of stood out. Yes, maybe a tiny little bit of late braking. All right, so try and respond to people's indicators. Yeah, you're right, because normally do your lessons in the evening. stroke night time. Obviously it's so much easier to see people's indicators. I'm not denying that in like bright sunshine, but to be fair, it wasn't that bright. Be careful as well, one of the roundabouts just a little bit wide on approach, so we're actually turning left and your positioning is getting a little bit too far over to the right, because obviously the last thing you do is try and encourage someone to come up on the inside of you. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do all this again. Anything you disagree with or anything you didn't understand?
Only one thing where you mentioned that I enter into the fast lane after taking the roundabout.
Yeah.
So I should continue in the fast lane until that the lane means until what time I should continue in the fast lane.
Well, so when you come off, so basically you turn in right from Windmill Hill Business Park, yeah, on Blade Grove. So when you moved across, it was fine. You got like double sort of hazard warning sort of lines. You got like a double lines. Yeah. It'd be much better if they were joined, in my opinion, but my opinion doesn't matter. So basically when it went to single line, then that point you should move across to the left only if safe to do so.
Not before that.
Yeah, correct. So just making sure, I'll show you on the video, just making sure that no one's coming up on the inside. Yeah?
Makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
Answer your question?
Nothing.
Sorry?
No.
Yes, answered your question, yeah?
Yeah, that answers my question.
All right, cool. Wicked.